Welcome to Frema Audiobooks. Today, we're diving into Momentum Mindset, Habits of Highly Successful Business Leaders by Elena Foster. If you've ever wondered how some entrepreneurs seem unstoppable, turning challenges into opportunities, and consistently achieving extraordinary results, this audiobook will give you the insights, strategies, and practical habits to do the same. In business, success is rarely about luck. It's about momentum, the energy created by consistent, purposeful actions and the habits that amplify your impact over time. Momentum builds resilience, fuels confidence, and propels you forward even when obstacles arise. In the chapters ahead, we'll explore how to cultivate habits, mindset shifts, and strategies that create unstoppable forward motion in your personal and professional life. By the end of this audiobook, you'll not only understand what separates high-performing business leaders from the rest, but you'll also know how to embed these habits into your daily routine, creating your own momentum that compounds into lasting success. So settle in, open your mind, and get ready to discover the principles that will transform your mindset, your habits, and ultimately, your business. Chapter 1. The Power of Consistent Action. In this chapter, we begin with a principle that underpins every successful business leader: the power of consistent action. Momentum does not appear overnight. It is built one deliberate step at a time. Every decision, every action, and every habit compounds to create an energy that propels your goals forward. Leaders who master momentum understand that consistency is more important than intensity. It's not about bursts of effort that fizzle out. It's about sustained, focused actions that accumulate into massive results. Consistency requires discipline and clarity. Successful leaders define clear priorities, break them into actionable tasks, and commit to executing them every day. They know that momentum is fragile. It can be lost in a single week of indecision or lack of focus. By developing routines, habits, and processes that reinforce progress, they create an environment where momentum thrives naturally. Another key element is accountability. High-performing entrepreneurs track progress, measure results, and hold themselves and their teams responsible for actions and outcomes. Momentum is fueled by feedback loops, the ability to see what works, adjust quickly, and continue moving forward without losing energy. Every small win becomes evidence of progress, reinforcing motivation and confidence. Momentum also grows when challenges are reframed as opportunities. Instead of being derailed by obstacles or setbacks, leaders who cultivate a momentum mindset view these moments as lessons and chances to innovate. Action taken in the face of difficulty builds resilience, fortifies confidence, and sustains forward motion. Finally, creating momentum requires patience. Progress may seem slow at first, but each small, consistent action compounds over time. When you commit to daily execution, maintaining focus even through setbacks, you begin to move faster, make smarter decisions, and seize opportunities before competitors. Momentum becomes your invisible engine, carrying you toward results that once seemed impossible. In this chapter, you've learned that success is built on consistent action, accountability, resilience, and patience. These are the habits that separate high-performing leaders from those who falter. As you implement these practices, you'll notice energy building, opportunities multiplying, and your goals becoming increasingly attainable. Chapter 2: Focused Priorities. Doing what matters most. Welcome back to Frema Audiobooks. Prioritization begins with clarity of vision. Before deciding what to do today, leaders ask themselves, what actions bring me closer to my long-term goals? What tasks will create the biggest impact on my business and personal growth? By aligning daily actions with overarching objectives, momentum becomes purposeful rather than random. Each decision contributes to a larger narrative of growth and achievement. Eliminating distractions is equally crucial. In the modern business world, interruptions are constant: emails, Notifications, unplanned meetings, and reactive tasks can easily derail even the most determined entrepreneur. Highly successful leaders create systems and boundaries to protect focus. They schedule dedicated time for critical work, delegate routine tasks, and remove unnecessary interruptions. This discipline preserves energy for high-priority activities and ensures that momentum continues without friction. Another essential aspect of focused priorities is time management and energy allocation. Leaders recognize that not all hours are equal. They work when they are most alert, creative, and productive, and reserve lower energy periods for administrative or repetitive tasks. Understanding their natural rhythms and optimizing schedules, they make every moment count and accelerate progress toward their goals. Focused priorities also demand courage, the courage to say no. Every yes is a trade-off, consuming time and energy that could be spent on high-impact tasks. Successful leaders are selective, choosing opportunities, partnerships, and projects that align with their vision, while politely declining distractions that dilute focus. This discipline multiplies results because energy is concentrated where it matters most. Finally, accountability reinforces focused priorities. Tracking goals, reviewing progress regularly, and adjusting tasks ensures alignment with long-term objectives. Leaders celebrate milestones, learn from setbacks, and continually refine priorities based on results. This habit strengthens momentum, turning daily actions into a compound force that drives sustained success. By cultivating focused priorities, you ensure that every step, every decision, and every effort contributes meaningfully to your growth. Momentum is no longer random energy. It becomes a powerful, directed force that propels you toward extraordinary achievements, even in the face of challenges or competition. Chapter 3: Resilient Mindset. Bouncing Back Stronger. Welcome back to Frema Audiobooks. In this chapter, we focus on a habit that distinguishes highly successful business leaders from those who struggle: resilience. The path to success is rarely smooth. Setbacks, failures, and unforeseen challenges are inevitable. What separates leaders who thrive from those who falter is their ability to bounce back stronger, maintain momentum, and turn obstacles into opportunities. A resilient mindset begins with reframing challenges. Instead of seeing setbacks as defeats, resilient leaders view them as lessons, feedback, and stepping stones. Every obstacle contains valuable insight, whether it's about improving a product, refining a strategy, or strengthening leadership skills. By shifting perspective, failures become not a source of discouragement, but a springboard for growth. Resilience also requires emotional control. High-performing leaders understand the importance of managing stress, maintaining composure, and responding rather than reacting to difficult situations. Emotional stability allows clear thinking, better decision-making, and the ability to inspire confidence in teams, even during crises. Momentum is preserved when emotions are harnessed, not allowed to derail progress. Another crucial element is adaptability. Resilient leaders do not cling rigidly to a single path. They adjust strategies, pivot when necessary, and embrace change proactively. Adaptation does not mean abandoning vision. It means finding alternate routes to achieve it. This flexibility transforms challenges into opportunities and ensures forward motion, even in turbulent times. Resilience is strengthened through habits and routines. Consistent self-care, reflection, learning, and planning create a foundation that withstands pressure. Leaders who prioritize physical health, mental clarity, and continuous skill development are better equipped to face challenges with energy, focus, and determination. Momentum thrives when the leader is strong, grounded, and prepared. Finally, resilience is fueled by perspective and purpose. Entrepreneurs who maintain a clear vision of why they started, the impact they aim to create, and the goals they aspire to achieve can endure setbacks with determination. Purpose acts as a compass, guiding decisions, motivating persistence, and reinforcing confidence that temporary failures will not define the journey. By cultivating a resilient mindset, you transform challenges into catalysts for growth. Every setback becomes an opportunity to learn, refine, and move forward with greater strength. Momentum is sustained, confidence grows, and the habits of highly successful business leaders emerge not from luck, but from deliberate cultivation of resilience and unwavering determination. Chapter 4: Strategic Thinking, Planning for Compounded Success. Welcome back to Frema Audiobooks. In this chapter, we focus on a habit that allows highly successful business leaders to multiply results and create lasting momentum: strategic thinking. Momentum without direction can lead to wasted effort, missed opportunities, and stagnation. Strategic thinkers not only act consistently, but they ensure every action contributes to a larger vision, building compounded success over time. Strategic thinking begins with clarity of long-term goals. Leaders who excel do not merely respond to immediate demands. They constantly evaluate how today's actions align with tomorrow's objectives. This forward-looking perspective allows them to prioritize high-impact activities, anticipate challenges, and allocate resources effectively. Every decision becomes purposeful, and every action contributes to long-term momentum. Another essential element is analysis and planning. Strategic leaders gather information, assess risks, and explore multiple scenarios before committing to a path. They consider market trends, competitor behavior, customer needs, and internal capabilities. By examining the full context, they make informed choices that maximize opportunities and minimize setbacks. Strategic thinking transforms uncertainty into actionable insight. Flexibility is also vital. While strategy provides direction, it must be adaptable. Markets evolve, technologies change, and unforeseen events occur. Highly successful leaders monitor progress, reevaluate plans, and adjust tactics without losing sight of their overarching vision. This combination of foresight and adaptability ensures sustained momentum, even in volatile environments. Strategic thinkers also understand the power of compounding actions. Small, consistent decisions aligned with long-term goals accumulate over time, producing exponential results. Each incremental improvement, innovation, and refinement adds up, creating momentum that accelerates growth and strengthens competitive advantage. This is the essence of planning for compounded success, leveraging every action to contribute to a larger, multiplying effect. Another hallmark of strategic thinking is resource optimization. Leaders maximize the potential of time, money, and human capital by deploying them where they generate the greatest impact. Strategic allocation ensures that effort and energy are not wasted on low-value tasks, allowing momentum to build efficiently and sustainably. Finally, strategic thinking requires reflection and learning. Leaders regularly review outcomes, measure progress, and analyze successes and failures. This continuous feedback loop allows refinement of strategies, sharpening of focus, and alignment of daily actions with long-term objectives. Momentum is not just preserved. It is amplified through deliberate, intelligent planning. By cultivating strategic thinking, you ensure that momentum is guided by purpose, focus, and foresight. Every action becomes a step toward compounded success, every decision a catalyst for growth, and every challenge an opportunity to strengthen your trajectory. Strategic thinking turns consistency into exponential results, enabling you to achieve business goals with precision, confidence, and sustained impact. Chapter 5: Mastering Productivity, Habits that Drive Results. Welcome back to Frema Audiobooks. In this chapter, we explore a habit that separates highly successful business leaders from the rest: mastering productivity. Momentum alone is not enough if your actions are unfocused or inefficient. Leaders who consistently achieve exceptional results know how to harness their time, energy, and attention to maximize output without burnout. Productivity is not about working longer hours. It's about working smarter with intention and discipline. Mastering productivity begins with prioritization. Highly successful leaders identify tasks that generate the greatest impact and allocate their attention accordingly. They distinguish between urgent and important work, avoiding the trap of reactive busyness. By focusing on high-value activities, they ensure that every action contributes meaningfully to long-term goals, creating momentum that compounds over time. Another key element is effective time management. Leaders structure their days to align with their natural energy peaks, scheduling demanding tasks during periods of peak focus and reserving routine or low-energy work for quieter moments. Techniques such as time blocking, batching similar tasks, and setting clear deadlines optimize efficiency while maintaining quality output. Productivity also thrives on eliminating distractions. In a world of constant notifications, social media, and interruptions, protecting focus is essential. High-performing leaders create environments conducive to deep work, setting boundaries, and minimizing disruptions. By safeguarding attention, they ensure that momentum flows uninterrupted toward achieving their most critical objectives. Delegation is another cornerstone of productivity. Entrepreneurs who try to do everything themselves limit growth and momentum. Delegating tasks to capable team members allows leaders to focus on strategic initiatives, decision-making, and high-impact activities. Trusting others with responsibilities not only improves efficiency, but also empowers the team, strengthens accountability, and fosters a collaborative culture. Consistency reinforces productivity. Daily habits, routines, and rituals create a framework for action. Leaders who establish morning routines, plan tasks the night before, and review progress regularly maintain focus and direction. These habits reduce decision fatigue, ensure continuity, and build momentum gradually but relentlessly. Finally, productivity is amplified by reflection and continuous improvement. Leaders take time to analyze what is working, identify inefficiencies, and adjust workflows. By refining processes and adopting new strategies, they increase output without increasing effort. Productivity is not static. It evolves with learning, experience, and deliberate attention to improvement. By mastering productivity, you transform daily actions into powerful catalysts for momentum. Every focused effort, disciplined routine, and strategic delegation compounds into sustained results. Productivity is not just about doing more. It's about achieving more, creating impact, and propelling your business forward with clarity, efficiency, and unstoppable momentum. Chapter 6: Networking with Purpose. Building Strategic Relationships. Welcome back to Frema Audiobooks. In this chapter, we explore a habit that separates highly successful business leaders from the rest: networking with purpose. Momentum in business is not created in isolation. It is fueled by relationships, collaborations, and strategic alliances. Leaders who achieve sustained growth understand the power of connecting with the right people, nurturing meaningful relationships, and leveraging networks to create opportunities, insights, and influence. Purposeful networking begins with clarity of intent. Every connection should serve a goal, whether it's learning from mentors, collaborating with partners, gaining industry insights, or expanding market reach. Networking without purpose often results in superficial interactions that drain energy and yield little value. High-performing leaders identify the relationships that align with their vision and invest time and effort accordingly. Authenticity is crucial. Building strategic relationships requires more than transactional exchanges. It demands genuine interest, trust, and reciprocity. Successful leaders approach networking with a mindset of giving, not just taking. By providing value, support, and insight to others, they build credibility and attract opportunities naturally. People remember those who contribute meaningfully and consistently, and these relationships often become catalysts for momentum in business and personal growth. Consistency reinforces connections. Networking is not limited to formal events or occasional outreach. Leaders maintain regular communication, nurture relationships over time, and show appreciation for their contacts. A simple follow-up, sharing useful resources, or offering guidance strengthens trust and keeps connections active and valuable. Momentum grows when relationships are sustained, not sporadic. Another key aspect is strategic alignment. Not all relationships are equally impactful. High-performing leaders focus on quality over quantity, cultivating connections with individuals who complement their skills, vision, and goals. Strategic relationships accelerate learning, open doors to new markets, and create synergies that multiply results far beyond what could be achieved alone. Leaders also understand the importance of mentorship and collaboration. They seek mentors who provide guidance, wisdom, and perspective, while also mentoring others in their network. This dual approach creates a cycle of learning, influence, and support, fostering resilience, growth, and momentum within the business ecosystem. Finally, networking with purpose requires courage and initiative. Building meaningful relationships often involves stepping out of comfort zones, engaging with influential figures, and pursuing collaborations that may seem ambitious. High-performing leaders embrace this challenge, knowing that every connection has the potential to unlock opportunities that propel their business forward. By cultivating the habit of purposeful networking, you transform your professional ecosystem into a dynamic engine of growth. Every connection, every collaboration, and every meaningful interaction contributes to momentum, creating opportunities, insights, and resources that amplify your success. Relationships are not just supportive structures. They are active forces that accelerate progress, strengthen influence, and build the foundation for sustained achievement. Chapter 7: Embracing Change, Turning Challenges into Opportunities. Welcome back to Frema Audiobooks. In this chapter, we examine a defining habit of highly successful business leaders: embracing change and transforming challenges into opportunities. The business landscape is dynamic. Market shifts, technological advances, and unexpected obstacles are inevitable. Leaders who thrive understand that resistance to change leads to stagnation, while those who embrace it can innovate, adapt, and create momentum even in uncertain times. Embracing change begins with mindset flexibility. High-performing leaders see change not as a threat, but as a catalyst for growth. Every challenge presents a chance to learn, refine strategies, and discover untapped potential. By reframing obstacles as opportunities, leaders reduce fear, increase resilience, and maintain momentum even when circumstances shift dramatically. Adaptability is a critical element. Successful leaders assess situations quickly, identify what needs adjustment, and implement solutions without hesitation. They understand that agility is more valuable than rigidity. The ability to pivot efficiently ensures progress continues, even when plans must evolve. Change becomes less daunting when approached strategically and proactively. Another important habit is continuous learning. Challenges often reveal gaps in knowledge, skills, or resources. Leaders who embrace change invest in themselves and their teams, seeking new information, experimenting with innovative approaches, and staying ahead of trends. This proactive learning allows businesses to anticipate shifts rather than simply react to them, creating a competitive advantage and sustained momentum. Resilient leaders also encourage experimentation. Not every adaptation is perfect, but viewing experiments as opportunities for growth fosters creativity and innovation. Mistakes become lessons, and incremental improvements accumulate into significant results. Momentum thrives when teams are empowered to take calculated risks and learn from outcomes without fear of failure. Change also requires effective communication and leadership. When leading teams through transformation, clarity, transparency, and empathy are essential. Highly successful leaders articulate the reasons for change, the benefits it brings, and the role each team member plays in navigating transitions. By aligning the team around a shared vision, leaders turn potential uncertainty into collective energy and drive. Finally, embracing change demands patience and persistence. Transformations rarely occur overnight, and initial resistance or setbacks are common. Leaders maintain focus, continue taking consistent actions, and celebrate small victories along the way. This persistence compounds over time, reinforcing momentum and enabling teams and businesses to thrive in dynamic environments. By adopting the habit of embracing change, you transform challenges from obstacles into stepping stones for growth. Every adjustment, adaptation, and innovative solution strengthens momentum, fuels confidence, and positions your business to capitalize on opportunities that others may overlook. Change is not just inevitable. When embraced strategically, it becomes a powerful engine of success and lasting achievement. Chapter 8: Leveraging Influence, Building Authority and Credibility. Welcome back to Frema Audiobooks. In this chapter, we explore a habit that sets highly successful business leaders apart: leveraging influence to build authority and credibility. Momentum in business is not just about action and productivity. It's also about the ability to inspire, lead, and shape perceptions. Leaders who cultivate influence can create trust, attract opportunities, and accelerate their impact far beyond what effort alone can achieve. Building influence begins with expertise and knowledge. Leaders who are recognized as authorities invest deeply in their field, mastering both foundational principles and emerging trends. By consistently delivering insights, solutions, and guidance, they position themselves as trusted sources of information. Expertise alone, however, is not enough. Credibility comes from demonstrating competence, integrity, and consistency over time. Another essential element is relationship-driven influence. Leaders gain authority not merely through their achievements, but through their ability to connect, inspire, and empower others. By nurturing authentic relationships, mentoring peers, and collaborating effectively, leaders create networks that amplify their reach and reinforce their reputation. Influence grows when people recognize your value and trust your judgment. Communication is a cornerstone of influence. Successful leaders articulate their vision clearly, share ideas persuasively, and listen actively. They tailor messages to resonate with different audiences while maintaining authenticity and transparency. Credibility is reinforced when leaders communicate with confidence, clarity, and empathy, fostering trust and engagement in every interaction. Influence also involves leading by example. Words alone are insufficient. Actions must align with promises, principles, and standards. Leaders who demonstrate discipline, accountability, and ethical behavior earn respect and loyalty. Momentum accelerates when teams, partners, and stakeholders observe consistent demonstration of values in practice, inspiring followership and commitment. Strategic visibility is another habit of influential leaders. They seek opportunities to share insights, present solutions, and contribute to meaningful conversations in their industry. Whether through public speaking, thought leadership, media presence, or digital content, visibility reinforces authority, attracts opportunities, and creates momentum that extends beyond immediate circles. Finally, leveraging influence requires patience and persistence. Credibility is built over time through repeated actions, reliability, and meaningful contributions. Leaders must remain consistent in their messaging, their behavior, and their engagement with stakeholders. Influence when nurtured thoughtfully, multiplies impact, opens doors, and sustains momentum in ways that hard work alone cannot achieve. By mastering the habit of leveraging influence, you transform your presence, reputation, and reach into a force that accelerates success. Authority and credibility create opportunities, foster collaboration, and inspire trust, all essential components of sustainable momentum. The more influence you cultivate, the greater your capacity to lead, grow, and achieve extraordinary results in business and life. Chapter 9. Emotional Intelligence. Leading with Awareness and Empathy. Welcome back to Frema Audiobooks. In this chapter, we explore a habit that distinguishes highly successful business leaders: emotional intelligence, EQ. Momentum in business is not fueled by technical skills alone. It is amplified by the ability to understand, manage, and influence emotions, both your own and those of the people around you. Leaders who cultivate emotional intelligence create stronger teams, deeper relationships, and environments where momentum thrives. Emotional intelligence begins with self-awareness. Leaders who understand their own emotions, triggers, strengths, and weaknesses make better decisions and communicate more effectively. Self-awareness allows you to recognize when stress, frustration, or doubt may be affecting judgment, enabling deliberate responses rather than impulsive reactions. This clarity fosters confidence and steadiness, which inspire trust in others. Another key component is self-regulation. High-performing leaders manage emotions under pressure, maintaining composure and focus even during crises. Rather than allowing fear, anger, or impatience to disrupt momentum, they channel energy productively, responding thoughtfully to challenges. Emotional control strengthens credibility, fosters resilience, and ensures that forward motion is preserved even in turbulent times. Empathy is equally crucial. Leaders who understand the perspectives, feelings, and motivations of their team members build trust and loyalty. By actively listening, recognizing needs, and validating experiences, they create environments where people feel valued and empowered. Momentum grows when teams are motivated, engaged, and aligned towards shared goals. Emotional intelligence also involves social awareness and relationship management. Leaders who can navigate complex interpersonal dynamics, resolve conflicts effectively, and communicate persuasively amplify their influence. By fostering collaboration, inspiring commitment, and cultivating a positive organizational culture, leaders ensure that momentum is sustained not just by individual effort, but by collective energy. Developing EQ requires continuous reflection and practice. Leaders must assess how their behavior impacts others, seek feedback, and refine their interpersonal skills. High emotional intelligence allows for adaptability in leadership style, making it possible to guide diverse teams and navigate evolving business challenges with confidence. Finally, emotional intelligence reinforces all other habits of successful leaders. Productivity, strategic thinking, adaptability, and influence are amplified when combined with awareness, empathy, and emotional control. Leaders who cultivate EQ create momentum that is sustainable, resilient, and capable of driving extraordinary results. By mastering emotional intelligence, you lead with clarity, empathy, and purpose. You inspire your team, build trust, and navigate challenges gracefully, ensuring that momentum in your business and personal growth remains strong, consistent, and unstoppable. Chapter 1. Sustaining Momentum. Habits that create lasting success. Welcome back to Frema Audiobooks. In this final chapter, we focus on the habit that transforms short-term progress into long-term achievement: sustaining momentum. Momentum is not built in a day, nor does it remain automatically. It requires deliberate habits, continuous improvement, and unwavering focus to ensure that forward motion is maintained and results are compounded over time. Sustaining momentum begins with consistency. Highly successful business leaders understand that daily actions, repeated over time, accumulate into extraordinary outcomes. Small, disciplined behaviors, whether it's reviewing goals each morning, prioritizing critical tasks, or maintaining effective routines, compound to create unstoppable energy. Momentum is maintained when effort is deliberate, structured, and aligned with long-term objectives. Another key aspect is reflection and adaptation. Leaders who sustain momentum regularly evaluate progress, celebrate wins, and identify areas for improvement. They learn from setbacks, adjust strategies, and refine approaches without losing forward motion. Continuous feedback loops allow leaders to optimize efforts, seize opportunities, and maintain clarity on the path to success. Sustaining momentum also requires energy management. High-performing leaders recognize that physical health, mental clarity, and emotional stability are essential to maintaining consistent performance. Adequate rest, exercise, healthy habits, and mindfulness practices ensure that energy remains high, focus sharp, and actions impactful. Momentum thrives when the leader is operating at peak capacity. Another habit is goal alignment and prioritization. Momentum is strongest when actions are directed toward meaningful, high-impact goals. Leaders focus on tasks that drive results, delegate what can be delegated, and eliminate distractions that dilute energy. Prioritization ensures that every effort counts, and that momentum is not wasted on low-value activities. Building a supportive network is also critical. Leaders who sustain momentum surround themselves with mentors, collaborators, and peers who encourage progress, provide guidance, and hold them accountable. Influence and collaboration amplify energy, reinforce positive habits, and ensure that momentum is reinforced by collective action. Finally, sustaining momentum requires vision, patience, and resilience. Long-term success does not happen overnight. Leaders stay committed to their purpose, maintain perspective during challenges, and trust the process of continuous effort. By combining persistence, adaptability, and strategic planning, they turn momentum into lasting growth and enduring achievement. By embedding these habits into your daily life, you ensure that momentum becomes a permanent part of your business and personal journey. Every action, decision, and interaction compounds, creating results that grow exponentially over time. Sustained momentum is the hallmark of highly successful leaders, enabling them to achieve goals, influence others, and leave a lasting legacy. Thank you for listening to Momentum Mindset, Habits of Highly Successful Business Leaders by Elena Foster. We hope these lessons inspire you to cultivate habits that amplify your impact, accelerate your growth, and sustain your momentum over the long term. If you found this audiobook valuable, please like, comment, share, and don't forget to subscribe to Frema Audiobooks for more insights, strategies, and inspiration to unlock your full potential. Remember, momentum is not just a moment. It's a habit, a mindset, and a way of life. Commit to it, nurture it, and watch your business and personal growth soar.